Testing. Okay, everyone, before I start, I just want to make sure that you can hear me. Great, Donna. Okay, so I am now ready to start bank number 2. It being the right hand side or the left hand side. So I'm just going to go through the steps again because some of the live streams, the previous live streams from last week, where some of them, the sound didn't work for some reason. Don't know what happened. So as I say, moving on to bank 2, bank 1 is sitting here to the left of me. I'm just going to go straight onto this now. So like last time, I have 6 cells glued together on the flat, on the bench there. So I just done this to make things easier. So placing these into the capsule, I'm going to give them a wee rub of IPA first. So pushing them on tight now. And I'm just going to work off the same plans that I used previously. So now that those 6 cells are in the capsule, I'm going to start building the capsule as if you can imagine bringing the cells up level rather than coming up. We have to come up level, otherwise it's not going to work. So the first cell that I require is purple. Purple corresponds, or black. Purple or pink. I require pink. Black corresponds to pink. So I have this written down there. So I've set this, configured this. So black. The black wrap is pink, yellow is yellow, and green is orange because I didn't have what colour, pink wrap or orange wrap. Okay. So I'm ready to rock, I think. So the first cell I'm going to place into the capsule as a black, correspond to the pink. I'm going to give it a rub of IPA. Otherwise the glue won't stick properly. So I can only do one cell at a time really. So negative pole facing out. Just going to give the cell a wee turn. Sort of to let the glue run smooth. So next cell. Hopefully I'll be quicker at this pack. So IPA again on the cell to remove any grease left by my hands. So I'm stopping the glue maybe about 5mm away from the end. So a black cell, and I can glue both sides this time. So remember, it's kind of awkward at the corner here and it gets easier as we come up. So negative pole facing out to match the plans. Snapping it off. I'm going to give it a wee turn first. Now I'm going to do this side, glue this side. I'm going to give the cell a wee turn. Back and forward, maybe about 1mm or so. Just to work the glue in between the jointed cells. So now on to the next cell, which will be another pink. Probably should start on here first. So let me just look at the plans, okay. So I'm just going to turn the sail. And if need be, I'm going to rub my finger along it. Making sure to clean the ends again. So I'm now ready for the next sail. Again, I'm just going to rub these ones with IPA first. So I'm trying to keep the glue as neat as possible here. So remember, as I fill this, is that epoxy on that? Try to fill it nice and level here. So as we come out of this hole or this corner, it'll get easier. I'm going to turn the sail to work the glue in between the joining sail and the one I'm gluing. So as I go here, I need to make sure that I push all the sails in, including the block at the bottom. The block being the 6 joined together. Keep them tight to this face here. Okay, so 2 more sails now. So I need to be careful now because I'm coming to the end of this grip. So I need to look at the plans here. So sail number 9. Going to get on the awkward bit here done first. Turn the sail again. Just a wee bit more in there maybe. Looking for my dirty rag. Got it. So this is bank number 2. I can't wait till it's finished. So keeping the glue 5mm in from the faces of the cell. Just going to turn this again. And I'm going to get another clean rag. And I'm going to clean the ends of the cells here. And I also need to make sure to push them in as the glue sets and push down on them a wee bit. So what I can do now is I can start on string number 3, which is the orange. So that's the green. To confuse things. And can I also place this black in? Removing the grease off the cell. Okay, so that's one grip complete since I started the live stream there. Well, I'm going to glue them. So I'll do that now. Remember, I have to keep the glue moving on this applicator, this mixing nozzle. Otherwise, it'll just go off on it. I'm going to turn the cell in a second. Just to work that glue. That's okay. So as it sets, it will run smooth. What it's doing. Again, I'm just going to push in on these cells so they're sitting nice and neat, nice and snug in the capsule. This green one's not glued, so I'll do that now. Stopping about a wee bit over 5mm away from the end of the cell. Both ends. I'm going to turn the cell again. I'm going to do the other side here. So I'm trying to keep this glue very neat for I don't want it looking rough. Again, I'm just going to turn the cell a bit to leave the glue sort of concave looking. So, just going to check the plans before I move on here. Okay, so now I can place the cell in for grip number 2 because we've got this cell on string 3 in position. So I just want to look at this up close first. Looks okay. So remember, as I go here, I have to keep check on a number of things. Have to keep check on the polarity, what direction the cell's facing. I also have to keep check the cells are sitting neat to this face. What else do I have to check on? If the cell's in the right place, the right position, that's another thing. And I need to make sure the glue's nice and neat. So I'm going to push on here on these cells as we go here. So remember, when I'm bringing these cells up, I want to be bringing them up as if you can imagine a face being on this capsule, as if it's a level, like a water level coming up. We want to keep them nice and balanced, nice and level. So there's a reason for that. Because obviously I can't start working on this grip until I have this grip done. Yeah, to match this. So now I'm on to, I can actually put an extra cell in for grip number 3, which will be green. So I'm wiping the cells as I go here. And I'm making sure that I glue every side. Both sides even. So each cell will be glued in 4 places. The ones in the middle. For now. So these cells now start running perpendicular uphill towards the sky off the bench. This grip. So you'll see this green grip, which corresponds to orange here, running uphill. So I'm going to keep her lit because the glue will go off in this little applicator. So I'm putting enough glue on it, I'm not putting too much on it. And I'm just going to push on these cells here. So I'm going to put another cell on here now, and then I'm going to do something different. So we're going to start now on grip number, is it 2? So this is a yellow. And I'm going to just place it in here. Positive pole facing out this time. And I'm going to load the capsule up with cells to put weight on these ones. Snapping it off at the end, just going to turn these cells. Put a bit of glue at the side of this one also. And I'm just going to turn this cell also to make the glue run smooth. Make sure it's covered and it's looking concave looking. So pushing in on these cells. They're springing back out because of the strength of the wrap. So now on to grip number 4, I think. Yes, positive pole facing out on cell 2 of grip 4. So keeping the cells nice and clean, away from any grease. As I say, positive pole facing out to match this. And I'm just going to turn the cell sort of make the glue run smooth, and if there's any glue on the body where it shouldn't be, I'm just going to wipe it, pushing the sail in the way, or wiping it in the way so I don't pull the sail out. Okay everyone, so what I'm going to do here for a wee minute is, rather than keep our lips, I'm going to just stack this up with the weights of sails, and I'm going to let it sit for about 5 minutes. Just so I don't go wrong. I'm just going to double check everything's okay. So this is part 13. There's a pack to the left of me, a battery bank completed. So now when I push the sails in, they shouldn't pop out again. They're only popping out because the shrink wrap's sort of rounded on the sails, not tight. So this applicator now is going to be done, because definitely not going to rush this. So just cleaning the ends of the sails, save me doing it in the future. And I'm just going to push in on the ones sitting at water level, if that makes sense, across this way, not the green. Well, the green with the negative poles facing out this. So getting the start of the pack right here is important. So I'm just going to confirm this now to these plans. That is perfect, I think. It is. Right, so I'm just going to keep pushing into this set. So I didn't think I was going to start the second pack here today, but I did. So let this set and then we'll start again. Okay, for the live stream, here is the other bank, sitting flat on the bench there. So that came out of the capsule. The capsule was preloaded with sails, and each one was individually glued, like so. So I have to keep attention on this a minute. So maybe in about 5 minutes time I'll keep her lit, but for now I just want to make sure that this is right. Moving the mic down here because I'm speaking under it when I'm bent over. The mic for the main video. So pushing in on the sails that I glued, make sure they're all nice and flush, as if they were sat on a bench. So the M2 is glued, so you can see them going on there. So I could keep her lit and keep pushing them in, but end up in a handle, mixing up sails or something. So these 6 are already glued together earlier before I placed them into the capsule. I'm just going to sit down a minute here. So the idea behind this honeycomb beehive sort of effect is so that I can draw air through the pack to cool it, to cool the sails. Obviously because they're not all the surface area of the sails is covered, just where the glue is. So obviously I'm not using any spacers here. That's the plan. To give us this unique shape, I have built this stainless steel capsule. Same here. I'm just gonna go through these sails again, push them in tight to the capsule. The face. So the perimeter here is really important. Otherwise, I'm working to like a very high precision here. This capsule mimics the bike frame. The sails sitting flush too are also important, but the perimeter here is much more important. That's why I bought this capsule. They do sit nice and flat. If you look here, look. There's no gaps, no air gaps looking through the bottom here. So this is sitting on a piece of 16mm chipboard board, whatever you want to call it. So this pack here now needs reinforced. It needs glued all along the outside. I need to work out the buzz bar connections. The buzz bar connections are worked out. I need to draw it all up in CAD, and yeah, I have a wee bit of work to do. So if I had a 3D scanner, I could probably scan the top of the pack, and then I could work my buzz bars off the CAD created by the 3D scanner, but I don't have a 3D scanner. So what I'm going to have to do here is draw this all out, measure everything all out, all points, you know, pinpoint it. So I'll measure from the center of this cell to the center of this cell, and I know that these 6 cells are straight, where we get the straight edge. I know these 6 cells are straight, and I know the distance, a diameter of the cells. So I just have to work it all out, because I don't have a 3D scanner. And that's to find out these buzz bars. Okay. So I'm just going to keep pushing on here for a minute, and then I'm going to start again. So that one, it's all glued. Still not set yet. You know what, I need the hairdryer in here. So I'm gonna get a drink of water here, a minute, hold on. Once I see them cells start to hold, I'm gonna keep her locked. But they're still moving in and out there. Them green ones are. The black's not now. So that one, and above are not glued. So these ones just acting as a weight for now. I'm going to take them out in maybe about a couple of minutes here. So things get easier now as we come up the capsule, rather than working in this corner. So I'm just going to look at this again. So for anybody new came on there, black corresponds to pink, yellow, green and orange. So once I see these ones starting to hold, I'm going to keep her locked. Right, I'll go for it now, right? So I have to start the 4K up again. Don't forget to like and subscribe, people. Anybody new there? Okay, we're going to continue on here. I'm going to remove these green cells. They're only there to act as a weight for now. So get these back into this tray. I need to make sure I don't pull one out that's glued. Oh, that's glued. Is it glued? It shouldn't be glued. It's not glued. There we go. So that's as far as I got there, people. Right, so pushing in on these ones. These ones is not set yet, just about. See the way they're springing out? That's because of the wrap. So I'm going to keep her lit here now anyway and go back to the plans. So if I look at the plans now, I know I've got grip number 1 complete, string run. We've got pink, yellow, orange, purple. So pink, yellow, orange, purple. Remember my colour configuration that I've set here. So I need to now keep working as if this is, if you can imagine this coming up a level. Because I can't just keep working this way or working this way. I have to set a cell on top of each other. And we need the cells above to place weight on the cells that I'm gluing. If that makes sense. Keep everything in position. Remember, we're working to a very high precision here because this pack needs to fit my bike frame. Seen behind me here. Very neat. So I'm going to now start working on grip number 4. So it's just the way we have to do this. We can't work, we have to work between 2, 3 and 4 now. 1's complete. So positive pole facing out. Like so. And I can actually now jump on to grip number 5 also, which is yellow. So each cell is individually wiped with IPA here because we don't want no handlings of the pack being weak. So negative pole facing out. Just looking at this a minute, bear with me. So I'm going to do that, I'm going to start working this way now. So I need another applicator. So, just to point out, do you see when these come new, these sticks? There's maybe about 5mm left. 5mm less, not left. In either the left or the right hand side, the hardener or whatever side. So I like squeezing it right out first. And when I say 5mm, there's a good 10mm of an air gap on this one sitting up the top. You need to be careful that you don't start using that glue thinking it's a hardener mix, because it probably won't be. So now on to grip number 4 here, which is yellow. So look at the plans in the background too. Is that right? Hold on. 1. No, that's grip number 5. So we're actually on grip number 5 here. One, two, three, four, 5. Right. Be careful, Jeffrey. So I can mess things up here. A bit of air coming out of that one. So I just like to turn the cell a wee bit. Sometimes I like to do a wee bit of IPA in my finger and just run this out, make it nice and neat. So now on to cell number 3 of grip 4, which is black, so facing out. I'm going to give it a wee wipe first. Positive pole facing out. So now that the gap's a wee bit tighter at the side, I'm going to place the bead on the cell and then turn the cell down into it. Try and get a nice even bead. like so. And before I forget, I'm going to push in on these cells again. Just running my eye down the inside too. So I just want to confirm this before I'm going further here. Glue everywhere. It's everywhere. Okay, so the next cell that I need here is a green. And what I'm going to do here is I'm going to put a bit of weight on this one for now. So I can get at both sides, this cell. So negative pole facing out. Snapping it to the end. Just going to turn the cell a wee bit. And then we're going to do this side too. Cleaning the cells as I go here. Did I do that one? Forgot to do this one. Again, I'm just going to clean the end of the cells. And I snap the nozzle away there, a bit of glue ends up going over the face of the cell, the terminals. So now on to another colour, which will be yellow, which corresponds to yellow. The positive pole facing out. Yeah. So thanks for watching, everyone. Here, I have another camera running, so that's the best angle that I can get for now, okay? So, second cell of second grip. That's right. Second string. So I wasn't planning to do this today, but I just thought, why not? Hopefully you can still hear me, because I know some of the other live streams didn't go to plan. There's nothing I can do about it now. So I'm keeping the glue as neat as possible. Not too much and not too little. So pushing in on the cells as I go here. Go back to the earlier ones. So we'll just forget about that cell there. In fact, I'm going to place a couple of cells on here just to hold that for now. And I'll bald it. Actually, I'll just bald it. No, I won't turn up. Because I'll mix myself up. Just to hold that in place for now. Till I glue this final part. So this is probably the strongest part of the pack. So it's much like, have you ever seen the catalytic converter of a car inside of it? It's sort of looking like that. So if you think about it, the broader that is, the stronger it is. The narrower it is, the weaker it is. So the battery pack will get weaker at this point, but I have plans for that. So, I'm going to go back here now. Sorry, I'm going to work from this side this time maybe. No, hold on, I can't do that because I could mess things up. What do we see? So I'm just going to start from this side. Remember, we're bringing this up as if it's filling up with water. Nice and level. Keeping the sails pushed to this 3mm plate. I'm making sure that I don't miss anywhere where I'm gluing. Otherwise the pack would be weak. Weaker. So now I'm on to string, I've started string number 5. So I'm going to continue with string number 5. So there we go. So that corresponds, that matches these plans. So there will be 3 yellow now. So 1, 2, 3, but I'm not putting the third one on yet. Snap it away and put the finger on this sail and give this one a wee turn just so we're covering more of the surface, the body of the sail. So all the strength of the glue is coming from the thicker part, not in between the sail, if you can imagine. So now we're going to focus on grip number 4, which is a black, corresponds to the pink and the plans. So these sails is all cleaned. Remember, positive pole facing out here. I'm going to work on the awkward side first. Snap it away. So the further I get up, I'm going to talk about this being the neck, like a bottleneck. The further I get up this way, I'll be running the glue out a wee bit closer to the ends of the sails because it gets weaker here. So, going to turn this sail too, make sure we have enough of it covered. And what I'm going to do now is put the sail into position to put a wee bit of weight that direction to the capsule. And that sail's in the right place, so I might glue it. I can't glue it, I'll do this one. We'll see. So I'm just going to push these ones in again. Otherwise the pack won't be flat, if you can imagine that way. Flush, all the sails won't be flush. Okay, so where am I at here? I'm on the side of this black one now, which corresponds to the pink, group number 4. Snap it away from the end. So positive pole facing out there. So one sail wrong messes up the entire pack, obviously. And what I'm going to do here is just give that sail a wee rock. Just enough. I can also place another yellow sail onto string number 5 here. But obviously we don't want to keep working the gap. We'll put too much weight this way. So now on to green. which is string number 3. Negative pole facing out. And what I'm going to do this time, again, is place the bead of glue on the cell, just to make life easier here. So we're nearly done with that. So turn this now until we meet the cell underneath. Have to put my head down here a minute. Sometimes I set these out in a minute so I don't confuse myself. Sometimes I don't like the way the glue sort of nuts to the one on the other side. This is being fussy, isn't it? So, anybody else probably just leave this alone, but sometimes I like to just pull something through it. I had a pencil, but it's vanished. Ah, where is it? I want to see what I've got on this. So, I just got a pencil here and I'm just going to if it joins, okay, but as long as it looks nice and even. So the pencil now has fixed that. I'll just do it again. It will run nice and smooth, but I like it looking even, not sort of like too much resin at this side and too little at the other side. So remember, these gaps are important here. So I'm just cleaning the end of the cells as I go. Pushing in on the ones, the row below. Yeah. So that's perfect in there now, look. So, I'm going to have to just do this too, I forgot. Where's that dirty rag? So, remember, push down on the cells, you're placing the glue on here. Because the other side's not set, nowhere near it. Snapping it away. And we're going to just clean the end there. So negative pole, grip number 3, facing out, okay? Not even going to touch it this time, I'm just going to give it a wee turn. So that, see that wee bit of rocking I'm doing there, that really helps. Sort of even out the glue. Sort of creates like a, rather than having like a bead of silicone, it's sort of like a wee curve. So now we're on to back grip number 2, which is yellow. So we're doing very well here today. I didn't think I was going to get on so well, to be honest. So thanks for watching, everyone. This is live stream part 13, and I hope you can hear me. So remember, it's really important here. There's a lot of things to keep in mind. You have to make sure to keep pushing the cells in to the pack, to the capsule. And also, I should have just kept them on there for a wee bit of weight. So that's grip number 5. I'll glue those in 2 seconds. Just want to do this side. This cell here is not glued at all. So positive pole facing out. Remember, I said earlier, you'll see string or grip number 3 and 4 running in a double straight up into the air, into the sky. So I'm going to keep our lip here before this glue goes off on this applicator. And straight on the other side, no messing about here. I think the last day I might have been a wee bit more panicky. But I think now I've just got this stage and I'm going, get me on the bike. So, cleaning the ends of the sails, nickel, I'm pushing them. So I don't like touching the sails with my fingers. Right, on to another yellow here, it looks lovely and neat. Just remember, turning the sail helps. So, if you can imagine, it's sort of adding more glue to the body, to the surface of the sail. So it'll be a wee bit stronger, I hope. So I will be working out a way to measure out the pack and model it up, this unique shape. But that's for the copper buzz bars. So I'll do that soon, but I just want to get the pack finished first. So positive pole facing out here, and we're keeping the sails to this configuration. So all set out to this plan. So remember, pink is black and green is orange. And yellow is yellow. So that glue is done. There's no more coming out yet. So because it's done, because it is done, this here didn't look too neat. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to get the rag, double it over, a wee bit of IPA on it. And I'm just going to pull, it's neat but it's not neat. And I'm just going to use the end of the sail as a guide. Going to try anyway. Perfect. Well, this left is perfect. I'm going to do that again on the other side. Bear with me. Just cleaning everything as I go. So, this side, now I have the other. I want to do the exact same thing here. I could use something else here. This. Just to leave the glue looking nice and neat. That's no good. Better. Get their job. See what I mean? See what I've done there? I don't know if you can see that. It might be a wee bit leaving the glue nice and straight so it runs perfectly smooth. Obviously it's making more work for myself. See what trickier doing this, but I'm leaving it nice and neat. So I need another glue stick here, hold on. I don't know if I'm going to use the same applicator because I have ones to spare and it's always better going with a new one. So the air is already removed out of these. I removed the air already and I brought the two sides up nice and even. So that's hard and you give it a wee kick. Okay everyone, so I'm going to start now at this yellow cell here. Pushing in on these ones. Oh, I nearly forgot. Don't forget to push on the ones at the bottom. Just to the glue sort of sets. That's not glued, that one. Okay, so I see how you find that's not happy with here. Too much different. Might be better trying to get my finger in there, you know. Well, don't want too much glue in there. I think I've got it this time. Yeah. That cell's in a place where it's not going to break off. The one in the middle there. So there's no call for excessive amount of glue. You know what I mean? Okay everyone, I'm going to keep her left here 2 seconds. When I squeeze out the air bubbles. So we're going to start with this cell now, negative pole facing out. So that is the final cell in group number 5 that's running up that stainless capsule. So I've slowed down a wee bit here, but bear with me. I just want a wee bit more glue on that one. Better. Better. I'm going to run my finger across it. I'll pick up pace again in 2 seconds. So, wee bit of bubbles there and that. Wee lack of bubbles. Go on there now. Go on there, look. Oh. Right, I think I'm okay now. So next cell now will be a yellow. I'm going to clean the body of it with IPA. Making sure that the cells underneath are glued. Is that in the right place? And clean, of course. Look, I just went and messed that up there now. Jeffrey. See what I'm going to do here, people? You're going to think I'm mad, right? See, things can go wrong. I'm going to just do that again. Okay, I'm ready. Clean that over cell and we'll start again. When things start going wrong, that's when the whole thing just slows down altogether. Anyway, we'll be flying in the minute again. I'm not fussy, see that? I would have been happy with that. Right, so before I keep her lit here, I'm going to push in the cells that I just glued here. Clean them also. Okay, ready to rock again here. Let's pray that this works this time. So don't forget to like and subscribe there, people. I really appreciate it. Support to the channel. I'm going to turn the cell again. Now on to the next cell, which is cell number 4 of group 5 or string 5. So wiping the cell, the body, we're going to place it straight on. So this time I've got not very much room. So what I'm going to do again is place the bead on top of the cell and turn the cell down into the group underneath. Well, same grip. See what I do here? So I'm sort of going around these circular motions there, believe it or not. To leave a wee wide sort of bite. So we're going to turn this now nice and neat down into this one. Rock it back and forward. Perfect. And now we're going to move straight on to the other side here. So finger on the cell. Nozzle in place and away we go. Snap it off at the end. And give the cell a wee turn. And now what I'm going to do again is go back and push in on the cells underneath. So now I'm on to black, which is group number 4. Which corresponds to the pink and the plans. I'll show you the plans 2 seconds again for the new came on. Chuck that cell. Be careful. So this time I might be able to get in here with the applicator, I think I am. The nozzle. So positive pole facing out. Clean the ends of the sails. Good practice. So I've got a high powered battery, well, welder behind me here somewhere in a box. Never used it yet. It's a brand new one. Well, I've used it just to test them with it. Not for a big pack like this. It's like an industrial grade welder for the battery type and for the nickel and copper. Snapping it off then. So we're going to turn this sail again to make sure that the glue runs nice and smooth. So the grip number 4 or string force running perpendicular uphill now towards the sky or off that bench, and so is the green. So the only grip or only string that's complete is number 1. It's actually number 20 because that's the pack coming downhill to this point. Yes. So my positive terminal, my left leg will be at this side of the pack here. Down here my hand is. And that's where the positive terminal. So the copper buzz bar will link 20 and 19 together at this side. So black and yellow. Or yellow and pink. So hopefully that makes sense. So I want to push on these sails again. Okay, on to another sail, so that will be green, which corresponds to orange. I keep saying string 1, string 3. That's not the case. It's 20, 19, 18 and 17 and 16 that we're working on. This is string 16. This is 20, 19, 18, 17 and 16. So we're working uphill now to meet string number 11, which will sit at this point. Okay? So it's a wee bit, I'll show the plans in a minute. I'll show them now. So here we have the plans. This is actually the wrong side. This is the right side. So we're working here now. 20. Back to front. So there we go. So these plans is all drawn out very neat. So this is the black marks, this is the copper buzz bars. So we have 20, 19, 18, 17 and 16. So I should be looking at this. But the two packs are identical. It's only the way they're configured with the buzz bars that changes them from a left bank to right bank, I call it. So again, I'm just going to place a wee bead on the sail and we're going to turn it downhill. Have to keep our lid here because we've only got so much time with the epoxy in the actual mixer nozzle here. So I'll try to remove all the bubbles. I'm just going to turn this downhill. Looking good. So I'm going to place epoxy at this side now too in a minute. With my index finger on the sail here, pushing down on it. Snap it away at the end there. And clean the end of the sails. So pushing in on these ones. So now on to sail number 4, or sorry, number 5 of string 19. Same thing, 19 too, doesn't matter. Well, just to make things easier, I'm just going to call it 2. So if we go back to the earlier plans that I made, the 2 banks are identical. It's just the way I've got them labelled. Okay, so for the demonstration here, I'm just going to keep things simple, and I'm going to say that this is 1, 2, 3, 4, and 5. Turn the cell again. Just want to get the pencil. Where's the pencil at? I'm just going to strike it through here. Okay, so I can now place the final bead this side here. And we're going to turn the cell a wee bit again, pushing it tight to this back wall, pushing them all tight to the back wall. So the pencil is only to straighten the glue and make it nice and even, so it runs even. So cleaning the ends of the cell there now, the cells. Making sure I put my finger on them here. So you can probably see the pack taking shape there now. So now we're going to move from this side to this side again, and we'll do that until we might do another 2 rows, and then I might finish up here for this live stream, depending on how long it's running. So it's an hour and 20, so I'm only going to do 1 more row here. So yellow cell, which corresponds, well, what do we see? It's either string 5 or string 16, doesn't matter. So we're going to clean the body. It's actually string 16, but as I say. So if we go back to this one, that cell does not go there, Jeffrey. Okay, so there I made a mistake there. So we're now starting on string 15, which is string 7. Hold on to get this right. No, we're starting on string 15, which is string 6. Yes, that needs to go there. Okay, so I'm looking to start string 7. That's what I'm trying to say. Which is purple, so it's black. Remember, going back to this for everybody new jumped on. So I don't have any pink wrap, or I don't have any orange, so I'm using green for orange and black for pink. Just because of the highlighting colours I have here. So I'm going to put this black in now so I don't mess anything up. Is it black? It's green I'm looking for. What am I talking about? Sorry people, it's green I'm looking for. Okay, so positive pole facing out. See, that's what I mean. That's why from the start I started working on this one, because it just makes everything easier. So we're just going to say we're starting on string 7. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. We're starting on string 6, sorry. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. Yeah. So I'm going to keep our left here. I'm going to start gluing this before it goes off. Have to glue this now because we won't be able to get at it. We'll place the next cell on. So positive pole facing out here. Nice even bead. Snap it off at the end there. And we're just going to turn this sail a wee bit. That's perfect. Before I go any further here, I'm just going to push in on... We're doing very well with this pack, by the way. Nearly mixed up there now, but... I think we should just set these plans over there. Right, on to the next sail. So we're going back and working on string number 5. So this time I'm going to place the bead on the sail and we're going to turn the sail down into sail number 4 of string 5. 4 and 3. Okay, so every time I place a bead of glue on, I have to pull this back a wee bit because it keeps running out. Like a silicone gun. So negative pole facing out here, what I like to do is lift the sail and sort of line it up and then drop it in. And put my head down and get a look at what's going on in there. That's perfect. So them 2 bits of glue will meet. What's a big grand and sort of like work together and stiffen everything up. So they're running till they're meeting there. I'll show what I'm talking about. So see at the minute, the way it's sort of knitting together, they will run smooth. Might be able to bring this up a bit closer for the live stream. So this is live stream part 13. So put my index finger onto the sail. And we're just going to glue this side too. Snap it off at the end. So next sail, we're going to turn this one first. Perfect. So that glue is just done what I mentioned there. So I'll show it now up close. Hold on first, I just want to confirm here that I'm right. I think I'm right, don't I? I think this is where I messed up in the last pack. Yeah, but I've got her this time. Right. So now on to black, which corresponds to pink in the plans. So remember, each cell is individually white with IPA. Because that glue is not going to stick to grease, let me tell you. It will, but it won't be very strong. So I can get onto this side of the nozzle, just about. Snapping her off. Positive pole facing out. And grip number 4. So remember, this goes the whole way up now. It rises to the top of the pack. This string and this string. So turning the sail also. Let me just look at it. That's okay. Right. Before I go any further here, I'm just going to push these sails into the capsule. As the glue sets, we want them to stay nice and tight to this plate. So, okay, we're back onto this side. We're going to turn that sail till it runs nice and smooth. So obviously gravity's on our side here because of the design of the capsule. So pushing in on the sails as we go. Try not to put my big clumsy club thumbs into the glue. So we're now going on to string number 3 again. Remember, I'm not going to talk about the other side. So it's actually 18, but it's 3. We're just going to talk about it, keep things simple. 2 packs being identical for now until they're configured with the copper buzz bars. So did I wipe that sail? A wee bit of IPA helps. So let's say now if I was to glue this sail with my big fingers all over it, right? And let's say like this, right? Obviously there's oil and grease in your hand. So if I put the glue on that and come back a day later and went to break it off, it'd be much weaker than me if I clean it with alcohol first. So placing this into the capsule. So that is sail number 1, 2, 3, 4, 7 of string 3. So we're doing very well here. I don't think I was as fast last time, to be honest. I better not speak too soon. I better not speak too soon. So we're going to turn this sail also till the glue runs nice and smooth. So more contact, more glue on the body of the sail. And put my finger on it here again. Snap her off at the end. Okay, just give a sail a wee turn. I'm talking about a mil. Turn it round about a mil or so. So that is now we're ready for, how many sails is that? 1, 2, 3, 4, 7 in string 3. So now we're going to go back to the yellow. So again we're giving it a bit of IPA. So I've double coated these sails so that they're isolated from each other, especially the grips. So this time I'm going to place the bead on top of the sail. These circles. So if you're using the MIG. And we're going to turn this sail till it meets string number 3. I'm just watching the way the glue runs here. That's perfect. So the capsule is working really well here. This idea of mine. So obviously you could do this on a bench, on a template, but this way keeps the shape of the bike exactly the same. So I need the pencil, and I'm just going to strike it. Is that sail the right way around? It is. So positive pole facing out. And where's the dirty rag? I call this the dirty rag because there's more epoxy on it. Turning the sail a wee tooty bit. So now on to cell number 3, 4, 5, 6, 7 of string 2. IPA out again. Positive pole facing out. Remember, I'm going to push in on these cells. Not much holding this one at the meantime, the one on the end there. And also pushing on the row at the bottom there. So we're going to keep her lit. So see some of these cells that are right at the edge. Sometimes I'll put a wee bit more glue on them. So the ones on the perimeter even. So I'm going to turn this to make it nice and neat. Positive pole facing out. So I'm right, aren't I? To this point, anyway. I might do another row here, we'll see the crack. What time is it? Might stay on since there's people on here. So looking at the plans again, right? If I want to start this row, usually I like working this way. So the next cell that I require is cell 2 of string 6. So this orange one. So remember, the orange corresponds to the green because I don't have any orange wrap. Sorry, hang on a wee minute. So positive pole facing out. Cell cleaned. Keep this as neat as possible. Stop a wee bit before the end. 5 mil or so. And we're going to turn this cell also. So there's more contact, more glue on the body or on the surface. So now on to cell number 3 of string 6. So that way, we're going to go back to the plans here just to confirm that. Yeah, that's right. Okay, so I'll keep her lit. Snap her off at the end so it doesn't run out over. And we're just going to turn this cell also. Did I put my head up close a minute here? So now doing the other side of the cell. First things first. I want to just push in on these ones. So in the very first pack I done it a different way. I tapped them in with a pencil. I don't like doing it now. I would just rather do this. Okay. So positive pole facing out. String 6. String 6. Orange corresponds to the green. Right. Next cell I require now is yellow. Yellow. And we're just going to place it in. So see now that the gap's a wee bit tighter. So rather than, because the capsule's kinked, or the bike frame at this point, these squares start moving towards rectangles and getting a wee bit deeper. But the holes stay in the same size, okay, roughly. So because it's tighter here now at this point, what I'm going to do is just put another bead of glue on top of the sail, just to make things a wee bit easier. Let me just confirm that's right. I think it's right. Okay, it's nearly done. So turning this downhill, this glue is just going to run smooth. They're going to link up to each other. And that does not matter. So these two bits of glue now are knitting together and they will run smooth. Sort of like a U shape the whole way down, nice and even. So I'm not even going to bother touching it. So we're going to do this side of the sail now. And we're going to turn the sail now that both sides are glued. Just to make sure it's well bonded, you know. Okay people, so we're doing so well here. I didn't think I was going to get on this far. Did not think I was going to go this far. So I'm going to get the pencil here and just going to tap the sails. And clean the sails at the same time. So don't forget to like and subscribe there people, I really appreciate it. And you will see these projects evolve. So I'm just cleaning the end of the sails there, make sure no epoxy on them. So this capsule keeps the sails all nice and uniform, nice and parallel to each other. As if they were sitting on that bench, okay? But it keeps this unique shape to match the bike frame. Okay, so I'm just going to now keep working this way. So we need a black sail which corresponds to purple, the pink plans there, the pink on the plans. So positive pole facing out. I can get in with the nozzle this time, but I'm running out here. I'm not going to go on with the nozzle, I'm going to do it this way because it's much easier. Don't want to move the other sail with the nozzle, you know what I mean? It's not glued, it's not set. So I only want the glue on the part of the sail being glued. I don't want the sails plastered here. Perfect. So again, there's glue over the bench now. Bear with me a wee minute. So see all the sails at the back here, you want no gaps. I could probably just, no you can't, you see. I'm thinking about something else there. So see now if I start using this applicator, or this nozzle, this mixing nozzle, do you see if I put a new, let me see if I get one here. Do you see now if I stick this nozzle onto this new glue stick or whatever, there'll be a pocket of air trapped in here when I go to push it out. I don't want that air there, so I have to completely use a new nozzle. So before I do that, I just want to finish off here this sail, turning it and making sure that they're all pushed down where they need to be. So again, before I move on, hold on, I'll do that now. So this is the third, or maybe the fourth one I've used. So I've brought these two liquids up, the hardener and the two parts up level before I squeeze here. I don't know why I even done this. I should have probably stopped. Took a wee break. So I'm going to place this in front of the heater a minute. And I'm going to tap these sails in. Right, I'm ready for the next. See the way the glue just flowed on there? It doesn't matter, it's grand, I'll make it stronger. So green sail now, sail number 8 of string 3. In position, ready to be glued here. Hold on, I get the glue. Right, I'm ready. So you don't want the glue too runny. So you don't, but you don't want it too hard either. So all the bubbles are removed from the glue first. All the air bubbles. Snap her off at the end there. So hopefully it's making sense. And hopefully I haven't messed anything up, because I don't plan to rip this apart. So with this side, let's sail now. Okay, I'm going to just rotate the sail just a degree or two, just a couple of degrees. So I want the glue sort of rocked, so it's a wee bit underneath the sail, but also so that the glue runs smooth. The epoxy glue. So now we're on to sail number 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8 of string 2, which is yellow. Positive pole facing out, otherwise we mess the whole thing up. Snap her off at the end there. Do the side too, we're at it. Okay, so I'm now ready for the next row. Or should I stop and take a wee break? So I might keep her lit because this here's all ready to go. So if I go back to the plans here now, right, and if I look at these plans, we're now started string number 6. So if I look at string number 6, I know that the next sail that I require is not a sail for grip 6 or string 6. It's a sail for grip 7, because I changed back forward to black or pink. So the black corresponds to the pink, okay? So we need a black. And I'm going to clean it here. I'm going to start getting her all glued on. One more row and then I'm going to stop maybe. So how many sails do I need? 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. So a black now. And I'm going to tap these sails as I go. So this row here sort of still not set. Perfect. Okay, so I'll keep her lit. So let me just confirm here a second. So we're now started on string 7. and we're coming across this way. And we're going to finish string 2, these last 2 cells, and we're going to nearly finish string 3. Okay, so we have 1 cell left on string 3. So we're going to keep our lid here before this glue goes off. So as I raise up the bottleneck here, I'm going to be placing more glue onto the cells. Not very much, but a wee bit more. And we're going to just clean the ends of the cells as we go here. So I know you're never going to see the glue on the cells, but I just like it perfect. So we're going to turn this cell too, so there's more glue on the body of the cell, more epoxy, I keep saying glue. So initially, I was going to glue this with a hot glue gun, but it wouldn't have stuck to temperature. This is more durable and stronger. So now going back to string number 6, which is a green cell, corresponds to orange on the plan. Positive pole facing out. I'll just bring these up for you to look at. So I will be able to get in with this nozzle this side. Just about. Snap her off. And I just want to get a wee quick look up close here. So as I mentioned there earlier, gravity's on my side. So that's why the capsule's standing as well as the cells will be contained within the frame of the bike even. So the glue's running down, the cell like this, the way I want it. So we don't want the glue running away from the, I'm going to call it joint, the gap. Otherwise it'd be weak. So I'm starting to get closer to the end here now with the glue, because we're going uphill, we're getting up to a narrow point. Not really interested yet in doing that until we get to about here. Okay? So pushing in on the cells underneath as they set. And what I'm going to do this time is just going to get this pencil and strike this so it leaves the glue nice and neat. I don't even need to go back near it, I know it's going to run smooth. Right, so we're now moving back to group number 5, which is a yellow cell. Thanks for watching everyone, I really appreciate it. So yellow cell now, negative pole facing out. So again, I can get in here with the nozzle, no problem. So the glue that I'm using here is a very, very good glue. High temperature, can withstand high temperatures. I think it's 150 degrees? Obviously the pack's not going to get in that temperature, but it'll be something badly wrong. Right, so I'll turn this round for the first time. Wee tooty bit towards the 2 cameras here. So index finger on the cell, and I'm just going to place the nozzle in the gap and leave a nice bead here. Snap her off the end there. And we're going to turn the sail so there's more coverage. Now I'm talking slight couple of degrees. Or if you want to think about it in other ways, just turn it a mile or so. So pushing in on these sails as we go here, we don't want them sticking out as they set. So I can tap them, that's glued. It's not set, not set, not set, not set, not set, not set, not set. But they will be in a couple of minutes. So now moving back to string number 4 here, which is black, corresponds to pink in the plans. Pink highlighter. So black in position. First things first, I just want to hit it again with a bit of IPA. We want this pack strong. It will be supported in other ways, but you know what I mean, we want it nice and neat. So because this gap now is starting to close in, it will start to widen again in a minute. Once we get round this, see this folded point on the bike frame or on the capsule. But for now, I'm just going to place the bead on the top of the sail and move it in to string number 5. The yellow sail. So a nice straight bead here. Nice even bead. And I'm just going to turn this down into this sail. Positive pole facing out. Like the other sails in that group. I'm just going to rock it back and forward a wee bit. Then the glue will just run smooth. Snap her off at the end there. So I'm going to turn this sail also a wee tiny bit. Just enough. And what I'm going to do now again is tap in on the row underneath and the one at the top. So we want all these sails sitting nice and flush. Right, on to group number or string number 3, which is orange, but remember I'm using green for the colour configuration here. Negative pole facing out, pushing into this sail. And I'm just going to place the bead on the sail. A nice even bead. There's air coming out there. I don't like that. If there's air coming out, I'm going to have to poke it. That should be okay now. Right. Or is it? See them little air pockets and then that. So you can work them out if you get the knife. Just makes it stronger. In theory. But it'll be okay. Right, negative pole facing out. As the glue sets, as it cures, the bubbles sometimes disperse out. Let me just see something if I can get on here or not. I just don't like the way that glue was forming there. I don't mind it joining together, but I don't like it joining together in one place and not in another place. That's why I run the pencil for it. So it's all joined together now, just by doing that. Okay, so works a trick here. I'll bring the camera up to show you what I mean. So in between the yellow and the black there, it was only joining one spot. Now it's I'll give it a wee helping hand there. Okay, so I'm going to bring this. Oh, the phone's going to fall. I'm going to bring this to the end here. Then we're going to stop. Yeah, hopefully you can all join me again on our live stream. Snap her off at the end there. Don't want the glue running over the end. We're going to turn this sail, pushing in on the sails beforehand. Right, so the next sail we need now is a yellow. And basically, I think, is that string 2 complete? It is. But I'm just looking down here, look. See the way that blue's forming? Let me just fix this a wee minute. That's better looking. Okay. So, let me just wipe this sail to remove any grease. So, positive pole facing out, which it is, and we're going to just glue this too. Snap her off at the end there. Sometimes I work the nozzle back and forward because it sort of removes the bubbles, air bubble. If there's any air bubbles coming out of the nozzle, but sometimes there is. Okay, final sail, string 2, which is yellow. And it looks so neat. There we have it. So this is my boundary, this capsule. We want the sails all underneath it. Okay. So we'll glue this now too. Because the sail's hanging on the end here, I will be using a wee bit more glue. And it'll be coming closer to the end. We're going to turn this a wee bit. And there we have it, people. So 1, 2, 3, 4. I'll just finish this. Will I? Or won't I? Will I finish it? You see, if I put a sail here now, right? I could mess up things coming back this way. But because we've got a big gap here, I don't think it really matters. Let me just double check the gap. So let's say now I have the final sail in here. Will I be able to glue this side? I can. So I'll just place the final sail in to complete what string 1, 2 and 3 or 20, 19 and 18. Yeah. And then we're going to load her up with sails now as a weight. Well, weights. So here we go. So we have string 1, 2 and 3 for string 19, 20 and 18 complete. just put a wee bit more glue on these ones because they're on the outside. Okay, so that's them. And because they're on the outside, I'm also going to do something else with my finger. I'm going to leave them perfectly so you don't see the glue. Well, the glue's still on it, but I just feathered the glue into the body of the sails. And we're also going to do that with this one. The glue's vanished. Right, the final thing I have to do here now is really important. Right, so I'm just going to tap each sail again in, and I'm going to make sure they're all glued. And I'm going to load the pack. I'm going to use black to do that maybe, but because, how do we see? I'm going to use black. And I'm just going to put the positive folds out. So this is just pushing down on the sails, pushing them into position. And I'm also going to do the ones on the end here. Not that it really matters for the ones down here because they're all set. But it matters for maybe definitely 2 rows, if not a 3. Third row is probably set. So we done really well there in this live stream. Went really well. I'm surprised. So we're up to this level here now. So how far am I on? I'm going to count here now. So I have to clean up this mess, but let me just count how far I'm on. So 30, because these 3 strings is complete, right? And if I go 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13, 14, 15, 16, 17, 18, 19, 20. So I'm 50% of the way there. Hey, that is really good. So 50 sales, 50%. There's the other one. That's complete. Just don't mind the mess. So 10 strings, 10 sales. All complete, people, for now, for this live stream. This live stream has run on for 2 hours. So I really appreciate everyone watching there, all the genuine, but also the others. So we're going to stop the 4K. Oh, went really well. So for the final thing here, I'm just going to tap on the sails. 4K is stopped. So just ignore the black. Well, ignore the black with the positive poles facing out. Except this one. And this one, this one, this one. So I'm going to tap these now when the weight's on them. Then I can go get a cup of tea. So see this sail here, look, need to push on big time. So to get this right, just bear with me a minute. I'm just going to push this sail hard with something flatter, maybe another sail. Or is it this green one here? Pushy, push, 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 push. Just don't like it sticking out. Let me just get a look on here a minute. Is that one glued? It is. It's not. Right, okay. That one's glued. Okay, everyone, bear with me 2 seconds. I'm just going to take some of these off and get a look at this pack before I go in for tea. I just, you know, let's say one sale was in the wrong position here and I went for tea. Well, I'd be kind of annoyed that I didn't do this. So, not that one's in the wrong position, but sitting out in the capsule. So let's say now that this sale is, look, I pushed them out of position. That was smart, Jeffrey. Let me see if it's okay. I think I'm okay. I think I'm okay. I think I'm okay. Should have walked away from it. Lucky it didn't go any further. Where's my torch? Can't use that torch because it's using it for here. For a live stream. Right. A wee bit of glue coming over the end here, so I'll just give it a wee wipe off. Just make sure that sail's back in position. So I noticed that the sail was sitting too far this way, so I pushed on it. And I pushed it out of position, but it's alright, it all came back in, we're lucky. So I'm just pushing them tight to this wall. So it's much like a bulkhead in the car. This is a strong part and this is a weak part. Strong, weak, weak, strong. This is a 3mm plate here. So what I'm going to do is I'm just going to keep doing this rather than loading them myself for the meantime. Just push them in. Make sure that there's no mess. So this nozzle, this mixer nozzle is done now. But I'm lucky I've got 30 or 40 more here. So as the glue sets, I'm just pushing in the way, trying not to push down like I did a moment ago. Making sure that sail's sitting tight to the other one. Touching the insulator and not the nickel on the sail. So I'm just going to wipe this. There we go. Well, load her up again, walk away. This green one here keeps popping out. It's only because of the wrap. Okay, everyone. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to end the live stream. The next live stream will be live stream 14. And I will be taking this pack further to match this one. Okay. So these two packs then will be sitting side to side. The copper buzz bars will come very soon. I'm going to demonstrate. I might do a video on it, live stream, demonstrating how to go about marking these out on CAD. So obviously I would benefit if I had a 3D scanner. So basically, if I was able to take an image like this on top of the pack and get the center of each cell, but obviously I don't have one of those. So what I'm going to do instead is going to get the verniers out. I'm going to get a really accurate tape measure, and I'm going to work it all out. And don't need a 3D scanner. So old school. So that's it, everyone. Thank you for watching. I'm going to end the live stream here. Don't forget to like and subscribe if you want to see this project evolve. So here is the two packs side by side, as mentioned. So we're 50%. I can't believe how far I've come in this live stream. 50 sales. The last live streams, I think I was doing maybe 20 sales at a time. So thanks for watching, everyone. Goodbye.